have we got a show lined up for you?
Welcome to the 1980s, the decade that declared war on, well, just about anything.
We shall fight to bring you the sort of quality programming that has for so long been absent.
Where breakfast TV is born with big ideas and even bigger hair.
I find myself completely straight-looking and normal.
She's not convinced. Where even the two Ronnies went a bit too far.
Blow me to death and break my mother's arm.
Oh, my word.
Where we discovered a whole new world of possibilities.
I'm surprised to see a black lesbian. I didn't actually think there were actually black lesbians about.
Where stuffy old traditions clashed with fresh new fashions.
You'll be seeing this look and many others later on in the show.
I've been looking for one of those everywhere.
Wow!
All this played out on the box in the living room.
And the boots are made out of egg boxes.
Oh, my.
But was it cool or just confused? Or was it all right in the 80s?
Hello?
1980s Britain was a crazy place to grow up in. There was a female prime minister, computers in the house, holes in the wall that would actually give you money.
And out comes the exact amount of money you want.
But most importantly, more TV than ever before. You could even record it and rewind your favourite bits. Go on, rewind it. But what do the programmes say about us? Does the telly back then show the changes we were going through? Tonight, we're looking at an 80s revolution. And by that, we mean men in their pants,
Mr. TSW 1982.
radical dance, and 80s new romance. We'll be sharing these 80s hors d'oeuvres with the people who made them.
I remember this, the day of this.
With those who watched them. And some who weren't even born then.
I don't understand what's going on.
And we'll be asking whether we should look back with a sense of outrage.
That is one of the most gobsmacking things I have ever seen.
Or a sense of humour.
Yes!
The 1980s wasn't all shoulder pads, Rubik's Cubes and hairspray. Angry people were taking to the streets left, right and centre. Revolution was in the air and boundaries needed to be broken down. People needed something more, something that would make them want to get out of bed in the morning. And TV duly delivered.
You're watching Britain's first ever regular early morning television programme.
In 1983, breakfast television was launched. And who wouldn't want to wake up to this?
Something else to look forward to now? It's over in the kitchen.
Hello.
Oh, Rusty, the Caribbean cook.
Well, actually, you should have seen the panic just before coming.
Oh, and behind her is Faith Brown, who was an impressionist.
I forgot my cake base. Oh, my goodness gracious. Hello, everybody. You know, the other day,
God.
on Thursday, I was at the night out with Barbara Dixon. It was a...
Jesus Christ.
Now, you're showing this because you think it's unacceptable that Faith Brown, the great impressionist, is doing Rusty Lee. And it isn't.
All right, okay. Birmingham, come on now.
And Rusty could equally well have
You like? I like. Yes.
done
Fine, let's close them a bit.
Faith. It's not a very good impression, to be honest. In fact, it's wearing a bit thin now.
Oh, that was real wrong.
Her Rusty Lee impression isn't a Rusty Lee impression, it's just a black voice.
Actually, I don't want to watch any more of that. I really don't want to watch any more of that. It's just too repulsive. I'm going to...
2 pounds of curd cheese.
Well, I don't know about you, but I thought that was very, very funny indeed. And you have to say...
There's a kind of apology written into Henry Kelly's little speech at the end there. I don't know about you, but I, for one, found that very funny.
It was hilarious. In fact, it was so funny. I was supposed to have 3 minutes, and they landed up letting it run, and people was ringing in saying it was so hilarious that some had come from hospital and broken their stitches. They had to go back to hospital. It was hilarious. It wasn't malicious. It's not meant malicious. That's completely out of Faith's remit. And if people can't see that it was just fun, then sorry, get a grip and get a life.
TVAM was also breaking new boundaries for very young viewers. At 8:30 in the morning, kids aged 5 to 13 could breakfast on a mix of fun and music on Saturday's Wide Awake Club. But what was being dished up alongside their Snap, Crackle and Pop? Why, a song about bondage.
My God.
There's something about church stuff that gives a sort of resonance and darkness.
I get down on my knees. We call it master and servant. This was on at 9 o'clock on the kids' programme.
Interesting.
Oh, how interesting. Into the sheets. Lovely. Me underneath. Oh my God.
This is like songs of praise mixed with an S&M club. The stained glass window of S&M.
Lovely, well done, lads. It's a bit early for it, I know, but well done.
I can remember doing these kids' shows and thinking, you know, you'd be on between Roland Rat and, I don't know, an item about paddling pools or something.
Please welcome the Communards!
And then you'd come on and sing your kind of plangent hymn to same-sex love. And people in mullets would just sit around nodding and smiling.
Though there was always one show you could rely on for wholesome content.
Now on BBC One, Blue Peter.
Did you give him a job then, Pete?
Oh, just about. I'll come and cut your cucumber for you anytime you like.
Hey, innuendo.
If I said to you that half our studio today is full of corsets, I'll repeat that. Corsets! You probably wouldn't believe me, but in actual fact, it's absolutely true. Of course it is.
Yes, not many people realise that the great Christian Dior created corsets, and he designed this one just before he died in 1957. The last word in extravagant luxury.
This does jar a bit, isn't it? Right, yeah.
The velvet covered the steel boning in the
The boning was very important, wasn't it?
Was it, Peter?
I feel I couldn't possibly go home without taking a picture of you daring, delectable dames.
What do we say, girls?
No, he's taking the photo.
This is for my personal album. Oh, right. Instant, look, it comes out straight away.
I'm sure when it does come out, it'll be very well developed.
Oh, Simon!
My bosom pal.
Oh, Simon! Cringe, I cringe.
But right now, I think we're all busting to go, as it were. So we'll be back on Thursday. I won't be getting the fastest shave in the world.
Okay.
How did you get away with that?
I find that...
I cringe. I'm older than wiser now. I
think
really do cringe.
It's all part of. For
Nightmare.
me, there's something essentially incredibly innocent about it, incredibly charming about it. I mean, it could be 1930s.
But then you just wouldn't have it these days. You wouldn't be like, oh, and children, the next step in bras was a wonder bra.
You and me. Schools TV also broke new ground by introducing lessons in life. You and Me confronted impressionable 5-year-olds with the harshest of inevitabilities.
Hey, Dibs.
Oh, You and Me. I remember You and Me. I remember them horrible puppets.
Who is this squiggle?
Oh, you remember. She's Jenny's guinea pig.
Hello, you two.
Hello, Jenny. At last. Where's Squiggle?
Look, I'm very, very sorry, you two. But Squiggle died.
Oh.
I'm ever so sorry, Dibs.
Well, she won't be wanting this lettuce then.
Oh, my God, that's so sad.
I won't be able to stroke her anymore.
Yes, you can, Dibs.
What?
I thought you might like to see her, even though she is dead.
What?
You did bring her then.
You're going to bring in a dead guinea pig?
Would you like to see her?
On a kids' TV programme, an actual dead guinea pig?
What do you think, Cosmo?
Well, I've never seen a guinea pig. Even a dead one would be better than nothing.
All right, Jenny.
Here she is. There you are. Isn't she beautiful?
Don't put it next to the fresh produce.
Dibs, would you like to stroke her?
No, don't touch it.
Oh, no.
Poor Squiggle.
Oh.
Squiggle! Yeah? She's dead, all right.
Well, goodbye, Squiggle.
Yeah? Goodbye, Squiggle. Will you throw her away now, Jenny?
Wow. Well, I suppose that was an effort, wasn't it? Let's prepare children for death. I'm sure it was popular. I'm sure it worked. I'm sure lots of kids for the next year or so came home. Where's Mum? Well, do you remember Squiggle?
But some shows didn't move with the times. Sadly for Animal Magic, lying in a field eating sandwiches with zebras wasn't what children of the boundary-pushing 80s wanted anymore.
Well, it's a good idea to come in here where it's nice and quiet and sit down and have my roll. Oh, he's going to have a roll. How interesting.
So, after 21 years, Johnny Morris, the presenter, was released back into the wild. The series ended, pushing a boundary nobody expected when his co-host Terry Nutkins shacked up with a sea lion called Gemini.
Is it his house?
Hello, Hello. Have you had a long day?
I mean, it sounds possessed.
But doesn't the sail need to be in the water? I don't like that constant noise.
That's better. Come on, then.
Oh, this is weird.
The awful noise I'm making isn't just a bit of fun. It's a serious attempt to imitate a mother sea lion calling to her young.
Sea lion calls are not calming.
It was a friendship so touching that Johnny even recorded a song in Gemini's honour, with a choir and full orchestra, naturally.
We sit there and gaze at each other.
I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. Why is there a huge orchestra singing at them?
This is adorable. Oh my.
Oh.
He was very friendly with
I think it was awful. A seal sitting on the couch. It's meant to be on the icebergs and the ice and in the sea, and it was on a couch.
After the break.
Yeah, I just wonder if there are not too many of them. There are programmes for blacks and programmes for homosexuals and programmes for spastics and programmes for Pakistanis and programmes for every kind of minority.
Welcome back to the 1980s. Despite the Cultural Revolution unfolding all around us, at the start of the decade, there were only 3 television channels. A new breed of entertainers started to pop up on our screens, known as alternative comedians. But alternative to what? When the BBC lost comedy legends Morecambe and Wise to ITV, they swiped ITV favourites Little and Large. Soon, 18 million early evening viewers were glued to their antics.
Tandoori!
Did you just shout tandoori?
Poppadom! What is going on here? Look, I handpicked this band myself.
You must have been in a few curry houses to get this lot, eh?
Oh, my God.
Yes?
What was that? I would argue the 1980s is too late for a person to come on and silence a group of Indians by shouting tandoori and poppadom.
Or possibly not. In the 70s and 80s, another comedy duo, the two Ronnies, regularly pulled in a loyal 17 million strong family audience. The final episode of their final series saw them draw comic inspiration from across the globe.
Good night. In the program tonight, I'm showing you how to be making a hot and spicy curry. And it will be repeated tomorrow morning.
That must be sort of the dying breaths of that kind of comedy. That must be the very last sketch that was done with a man doing the wobbly head thing. Surely that was the last one.
The Ronnies didn't confine themselves to national stereotypes. Here, they put a whole new spin on Norse mythology.
It says to find the entrance, you must first seek out the giant rabbi hole. Giant rabbit hole. Somehow I expected to find some hideous, horrible monster, but evidently he seems to have...
Oh, my word, look at that.
Oi, what have we here? An article slapper, a Naumenstein.
Keep away from me, you ogre!
Hey, stone me to death and break my mother's arm.
It's gobsmacking. That is one of the most gobsmacking things I have ever seen. The thing about a sketch like that is it has to be thought of, written, approved, and then someone has to go into a basement somewhere at the BBC and make a giant rabbi without anybody going, oh, hold on a sec.
I eat little shamils like you for breakfast.
Once it becomes like saying very Jewy stuff over and over again, and then they kill it.
Ah, not the evil brute.
Then I think it's no longer about rabbit and rabbi. It starts to become a bit weird.
And I think we've got to remember the two Ronnies at their best. They weren't like that at all. I mean, it was just... We've come so far.
For some of us, skin colour sat firmly in our comic sights.
And, of course, Patty Boulay.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Do not adjust your sets.
Oh. God.
And Terry Wogan doing a look which I think says, I get that that's not ideal. good for Terry, bad for Paul. It's that thing you get with this kind of TV where the whole joke is that she's black. There isn't even a racist joke. It's just, haha, she's black. That's not a joke. Even within bigotry, that's not a joke.
A new generation of comedians was in revolt against that sort of thing. And ITV's first foray into alternative comedy, OTT, provided a launchpad for comedians like Alexis Sale.
Naughty Norman, come to play. Better hide the bread knife.
Alongside Lenny Henry, Chris Tarrant and the Tiswas Gang.
We have reason to believe you're not white, sir.
OTT. This was grown-up Tiswas, wasn't it? That's right.
To the excesses of recent weeks, we thought we'd try and get back to some good old-fashioned, wholesome family entertainment.
One night it became a battleground as new comedy clashed with old in the delectable form of Bernard Manning.
I think the Bernard Manning booking was just me being very sort of, oh, stuff them all, let's get Bernard Manning on, really upset people.
This fellow walked in a sex shop. He said, have you getting those blow-up dolls? He said, we've only got black ones left. He said, well, I'm not Rachel Berger. Give us one of those. Got it home, blew it up, and it mugged him.
I mean, unbelievable,
And the thing is that people are laughing and clapping, and there's Lenny Henry on the panel.
It was midnight. It was live, it was midnight. It was like, you know, take it or leave it, turn it off.
You Japanese never laugh, do you? We not forgot Pearl Harbor, don't you worry, pal. What a shithouse trick that was.
Wow.
Sat there, can't wait to go home making the Datsun. You look a nice young fella, go and piss on that job.
That is mind-blowing. I'd never seen that. I'd never seen him on OTT.
There's two Jews walking through Glasgow.
There was a movement to try and re-understand Bernard after he died. People said, yeah, but he ran his own club and he looked after his family, you know, and he was a product of his... But when you see stuff like that, you think, no, you had plenty of choices there.
There's not many Pakistanis knocking about as the Chinese have found out they taste like chicken. Have you noticed that?
He would deliberately court controversy, but would then get quite hurt when it came back at him, because he's actually a very kind man.
It's all right laughing, Lenny Henry. It's all right for you black people. You can walk home when you're on at night.
This stuff now seems so unacceptable, doesn't it?
So television was exposing some of the conflicts being played out in the 80s, but with only 3 channels, it was struggling to represent the range of new viewpoints fighting to be heard.
Good evening. As you may be dimly aware, the whole pattern of television broadcasting in this country is about to undergo a fundamental change.
And it changed forever on November the 2nd, 1982. Britain now had a 4th television channel, which immediately chased after audiences who didn't look like Ludovic Kennedy.
We shall fight to bring you the sort of quality programming that has for so long been absent from your television screens.
It gave a new voice to people who were, slightly left field, who laughed at Saturday night television because it was so bad.
Evolved from the age of the microchip, the Micron Passy will make you flip.
It was lots of people sitting around in very brightly coloured sets, having earnest discussions about things.
Prostitution, the subject of tonight's show, particularly concerns young women.
Alternative points of view were put front and centre on the channel, but they weren't to everyone's taste.
I just wonder if there are not too many of them. There are programmes for blacks and programmes for homosexuals and programmes for spastics and programmes for Pakistanis and programmes for every kind of minority. And I would have thought people mostly liked looking at...
Programmes for people.
Yeah, programmes for people, yeah.
You got a real sense of people from that generation who remembered the war utterly shocked and angered at the filth and the permissiveness that all these young people who had media studies degrees were putting on our television screens.
Not everyone in Britain wanted diversity, and the TV revolution helped bring that to the fore. The pioneering science series Horizon created an early example of reality TV to ask an uncomfortable question.
Last summer, we advertised to find racists, and later to find black people who felt they were victims of racism. There were 200 replies. We chose 4 whites and 4 blacks.
4 whites and 4 blacks.
Who agreed to come to Devon and live in this house for 5 days.
What did it say? Just this, in big bold letters. Are you a racist?
It's Big Brother. It's supposed to have a big brother.
Yeah, well, I possibly am a racist too. I think most people are.
Most people are racist. What a nonsense.
I'd never have one as a friend. I would not.
They're right there.
So naturally, if you went into hospital, you wouldn't want a black nurse to touch you.
Well, that's just no, it's not. It's not a friend.
Look,
it's not classed as a friend. I mean, a friend.
The patience of the black people is incredible.
I would be extremely worried because my view is that I'd be dealt with by an incompetent.
Would you really?
Yes.
I think you're very wrong.
They're remarkably calm.
I would be scared out of my absolute wits.
That's kicking off.
People watching this would be actually come face to face with their own racism, and I think that can only have been a good thing.
If I had children, I would be hurt if they married outside of their own community.
Oh my God, he lives in that head. Wow.
Exactly the same as you cross an Alsatian dog with a bulldog. You've got a mongrel.
The programme makers skillfully formatted a situation in which the ethnic minority housemates challenged the views of the racists.
You say, what I'm asking for is privacy. But privacy, Tom, with all respect,
You're using that word as a euphemism. You're talking about exclusivity. And in order to be exclusive, that means at some time you will have to deny certain things to somebody else.
That was really good. I kind of want to watch more of that. That was excellent. The lady who was talking about Mugger, she just looked like quite a scared old lady who didn't really know what to make of the world. But he was like a dictator, that guy.
That, to me, looks like Big Brother.
That's basically, yeah, that's a Shilpa Shetty series of Big Brother, basically.
Back then, I remember experiencing racism and not knowing that actually the majority of the country don't think the same way as these vocal racists. So growing up, it was very easy in the 80s to think that, oh my gosh, is this how all white people think?
I'm more interested in the sort of the Indian and black people who saw, have you been subjected to racism? Would you like to be subjected to more? Oh, yes, please.
And there's more anarchy after the break.
Did you see? It was on last night on TV.
This is what the 80s Cultural Revolution really gave us. Performance poetry.
I thought that they were ever so good.
Out of this world.
Welcome back to the 80s, in the grip of a major cultural revolution. Teenagers were no longer a single group, they were splitting into tribes based on the music they liked. David Bowie made it clear to them that the image was as important as the songs. And the new wave had arrived. Boys dressed flamboyantly. They even wore makeup. But how did traditional TV cater for this new youth? Well, you'd see it on BBC One at 5 to 5 on a Friday afternoon.
The incredible Steve Strange Visage.
No.
Love change. We change. One check for love.
I do need the chest wig explained. It looks like he's being attacked by a really adorable creature. Really wish they cut to the audience so I could understand what they were thinking at the time. Just see the kids' reactions. And then straight to Keith Harrison Orville.
Kids TV was made by grown-ups who didn't quite have their finger on the pulse. With bands like punky shock rockers Zig Zig Sputnik shooting up the charts, fusty producers tried to cover the cutting-edge scene in the only way they knew, with a makeover.
Right, who are you going to fashion someone after this week?
Well, this week it's, they're a dream to me, Zig Zig Sputnik.
All right, Michelle, are you ready for this transformation?
Yeah.
Right, not too nervous? Well, we'll see what happens a little bit later on. Annabelle, how did you get on with Michelle?
Well, have a look, here she is.
Wow!
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the hell?
This wig is a hairpiece. This is a piece of that T-shirt cut off. These are the fishnets that I threw about earlier. This is an oversized T-shirt with shoulder pads and a nice message on the front. A pair of boys' Y fronts, pink tights, ripped fishnets, and the boots are made out of egg boxes.
Egg box boots. Oh, and of course.
Well, I think Annabelle Giles is deserving of a round of applause here. Annabelle, well done.
And after Zig Zig Sputnik, who could our next victim aspire to be?
This week it's Madonna. I found someone who I think you'll agree looks remarkably like Madonna.
Let's meet her.
Here she is. Well, this is a black bow in the hair. We've teased all her hair out. These are Anki earrings, loads of pearls, crosses and things. This is a man's vest.
What a deal. Lorraine, would you be prepared to go on a bus dressed like that?
Depends on the bus is going.
Well, fair enough.
Depends on where the bus is going.
Saturday morning, get down to the superstar.
The youth TV formats were no longer cutting it, and the kids took to making mischief in ways they never had before.
You're through to Matt Bianco.
Hello, Matt Bianco. You're a bunch of wankers.
That's hilarious. He just got tortured.
Going live, but 5-star through similar ghastly treatment.
081 811 8181. That was I still remember that phone line.
OK, Elliot, what's your question?
I'd like to ask Five Star where they're so fucking crap. They're fucking.
Thanks very much, Elliot.
Yes.
I'm sure Tammy would have made a lot more sense. Let's move on to line 3.
Brilliant. That is brilliant. That's the Britain I grew up in. That's the Britain I'm proud of.
Young adults were demanding shows that were relevant to them, made by the youth, no matter how young and inexperienced they were. By 1987, youth TV was fully formed, and at the epicentre of this was Network 7.
Youth TV was an exciting development. It was very, very radical at the time. It was nothing like it had ever been seen before. News as entertainment, entertainment as news is how Network 7 defined itself.
Every Sunday lunchtime, the show delivered its news with a seasick mix of in-your-face angles, sound problems,
Yeah, well, we're going to get an overall assessment of health.
presenters appearing out of nowhere,
This is the financial heart of Britain.
and moments where the camera operator just gets bored and goes home.
Bit of salad with it. Meat on stick with it.
We wanted to turn everything that was on television up to that on its head. A huge number of people hated it, but it did influence so much other television.
As you can see, I'm back in Network 7's hastily convened kangaroo court. This time, we've put the banks in the dock.
It seemed a little bit too cool for school, you know, presented by people in fabulous suits with amazing haircuts. And it was also quite serious.
It's coming up to that time of day when most of us are sitting down for Sunday lunch. But are we? According to latest reports, fewer of us are bothering than did 30 years ago.
It was delivered by a new breed of young presenters who weren't particularly trained.
Frozen food is the main sort of stuff that we have.
At the time, it felt fresh. At the time, it felt exciting. At one stage, they did something quite outrageous. They got a phone link to someone on death row.
I'm here in Louisiana's death row.
And asked the viewers to vote on whether the bloke should be executed or not.
Ed Byrne, who's scheduled to go to the electric chair in just 2 weeks.
2 charges of 2,400 volts are sent through his body, followed by muscle-paralysing liquid.
And I think from memory that they voted yes, execute him.
We have had 6,000 calls. 55% are in favour of seeing Ed Byrne die for his crime.
Oh, shit.
Which is probably why they've had no more polls about capital punishment in this country.
We definitely wouldn't do it these days. No, nothing like that would ever get commissioned today. But I think it's a shame. I would have enjoyed being in the audience for that.
At prime time 7 p.m. on BBC Two, where today you'd settle down to Antiques Road Trip, there was Riverside. If you were young and had something to say, the show would let you say it, even through the medium of dance.
And destroy. So we'll treat you.
This just isn't meant to be taken seriously, is it?
Yes, 80s performance artists were infiltrating the early evening schedules, but an even bigger draw was performance poetry at tea time.
Oh, Derbyshire, my home, my wife, my lusty whore.
Oh, my God.
Awareness of knowing what cannot be seen cannot be known. Innovation. Suppression. Make new, original, non-conformist music tangible. Suppression.
The arts were in their teenage phase, angry and rebellious, and determined to bring down television in one devastating swoop.
Did you see? Did you see? It was on last night on TV. Did you see? Did you see? OTTT, OTP, Russell, Harty, Mork and Mindy, Father Charlie, Pro Celebrity. Did you
This was the first version of 8 Mile.
Black Beauty, Holiday, God's Story, Play for Today, Farming Diary, Stars on Sunday.
You can imagine the chat. Have you written a song? No, but I have just read the TV Times. Right, we're going on.
Did you see? Did you see? Whatever did we do before TV?
Yeah, what are the other guys doing?
I stared at the wall.
They're like his hype men. This is like Destiny's Child, early version. He's Beyonce.
Call my bluff, County Hall, all creatures great and small. News at 10, Bill and Ben, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Weatherman, Simon Bates, Eddie Yates, Michael Parkinson, Rowan Atkinson, Melvin
Parkinson Atkinson's not a good rhyme.
No. Alan Wicker, John McVicker. Weren't they good? I thought that they were ever so good.
Out of this world.
Turn it.
That's your role. Out of this world.
Whatever did
about
we
it.
do before TV will
I think we could do that.
Stared at the wall, happily, happily.
Did you see? Did you see? Top Gear and the Bill. It's on the bill.
The bill hasn't been on TV for years, mate. Top Gear's only
just
barely
been
on the
cancelled.
television.
It's harder than it looks.
It is.
Turn it up, turn it down, turn it over, turn it off.
After the break,
He's a laboratory technician.
bring on the sexual revolution 80s style.
Nobody here this evening is a loser.
And it's that great sun underwear sale with prices so low, it's dangerous.
Welcome back to the 80s, where synchronised Peekaboo is selling undies for the Sun newspaper. Glamour models helped flog nearly 4 million copies every day.
What's the point of the tiger?
Shop and order the Sun.
Or maybe he's thinking, I've never seen breakfast look so alluring.
This was the golden age of the Page 3 girl. Samantha Fox was so famous, she even got to grapple awkwardly with a bloke. In this video, for her top 10 single, Touch Me, I Want Your Body. A subtle title. Sam Fox's big hair and boobs to match seemed like a fast track to fame and fortune for 80s schoolgirls.
Boobies!
As shown by this revealing BBC documentary.
I'm writing to you because I want to be a model. I'm 15 years old.
15? What is glamour modelling?
Getting your baps out. Modelling clothes, underwear, bathing costumes, and sometimes topless.
Getting your baps out.
How do you decide which ones to see?
Well, by the pictures that come in with the letters. Height doesn't matter too much, but boobs do.
Well, the height doesn't matter.
Glamour modelling standards were slightly different to those in regular modelling.
I think you need to lose some weight. And that's not personal.
No, it's not personal at all, is it?
The film cleverly attaches itself to a young hopeful, to lift the lid on this 80s boom industry and reveal our attitudes towards it.
I'd never be prouder if my 15-year-old daughter wanted to be a topless model.
I think it's the right age to start.
15?
Well, she'll be 16 soon.
Oh, well, in that case.
You don't think she's too young?
No, I don't think so, because they have to train them.
Some newspapers even had countdowns to these girls becoming of legal age, which is about as tacky as you can get.
And tacky has since become illegal. The 2003 Sexual Offences Act means that topless shots of under 18s, like the girl in this documentary, are now against the law.
Nice idea. And I think back then, those Page 3 girls in the 80s were making a fortune. Like, they were seen as, like, superstars.
Success as a glamour model was so rewarding for Samantha Fox that she was able to retire in 1986, aged just 20. But what about boys? The 80s inverted the gender roles of the past millennia. In the West Country, ITV station TSW decided on this novel approach to the beauty contest.
Mr. TSW 1982.
Number 10 is Mark Goddard. He's 22. His height, 6 feet. Just look at those shoulders. Yes. Number 3 is Michael Bennett. He's 26. His measurements are 42, 32 and 38.
Slightly high on the trunks, you know, I prefer a lower Speedo. But I fully appreciate that, I have to say.
His height, 6 feet. He comes from Colebrook in Plymouth, and he's a van driver. Number 6, Anthony Call Me Tony Borthwick, is 23.
Oh, poor things. I mean, women have to go through this, but now the guy's having to go through it.
Glyn's 23. He comes from Lipson in Plymouth. He's a laboratory technician.
Such was the revolution in gender roles that by 1984, primetime television was full of so-called gender benders. Front of the queue and loved by kids and grannies alike was Boy George. He could make his mark on the most regular of Saturday night family shows and no one would bat an eyelid, give or take a few gags.
And these are people who supposedly look like me.
And not more of you. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
So, just when you thought there was only one.
Do you want to stay or do you want to go?
I've got to see, I'm a great Wally watcher.
What's your name, sir?
Roger.
Roger. What do you reckon to Roger?
He's too intelligent looking for you. Come on.
And you, sir?
I'm Phil.
Phil. Would you like a Phil?
No, thank you.
What's interesting about that is not so much how he's reacted to, but I think in a way that he's there at all.
You're another Phil?
No.
Oh, not me.
Yourself, honey.
In a sense, Boy George represents the forerunner of the discussions we've been having about transgender people and transsexuality in quite a big way. I see it now. I didn't know it then. I mean, I had no idea.
This sexual ambiguity had become so acceptable that by 1986, George could make an appearance on the most red-blooded TV show on the planet, The A-Team.
And now, without further ado, the roughest, toughest cowpoke to ever ride the range, Boy George.
With top-class action and thrills in the Bible Belt of deepest America, George's incongruous cameo won 13 million British viewers, though his acting skills left a lot to be desired. Sorry, George.
Hey, who are you guys? We're the A-Team. Son of a gun.
So there.
Gender benders weren't always as popular as Boy George. The singer Marilyn provoked quite a different reaction from viewers.
Here's Robert Watson of Cardiff.
I would like to protest against the appearance on TV of a person of indeterminate gender called Marilyn. First on Jim'll Fix It and then on Breakfast Time. I feel that this effeminate Marilyn sets a darned poor example to the boys of this country.
Wow.
Despite pockets of resistance, gender-bending style was popping up in some unlikely places. BBC One on Sunday evenings, for instance.
You'll be seeing this look and many others later on in the show. I'm going to buy a few little luxuries.
What the hell's he wearing? Performance artist and fashion designing icon Lee Bowery fired up the normally conventional clothes show with his unmistakable style.
Karen!
You look brilliant.
Join the club.
Yeah, what have you got on this time?
Well, I'm wearing a cropped number this time.
If you bumped into a mate in a restaurant, like, you know, I don't know, Greg's, and they were there in a fucking wallpaper gimp mask, you wouldn't go, oh, hi, what you having for your tea? You go, and why are you allowed in here?
Why don't you go and put something else on to wow the customers?
What a good idea.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Lee's primetime appearances show how keen television suddenly was to embrace anything out of the mainstream, paving the way for the first gay lifestyle series on British TV.
One for the lesbians. Cat, excellent.
These suitably camp titles are for Channel 4's 11 p.m. trailblazing gay magazine show out on Tuesday.
Memories have just come flooding back because I used to watch this secretly in the living room with my hand on the remote control because I was beginning to realise at that point that I was probably gay.
Welcome to the first in a series of programmes made by gay men and lesbians.
This is how I watched out on Tuesday. Nothing, Mum! Nothing! It's just the weather!
The show featured sound advice from experts who could communicate to a young audience in exactly the right language.
We have to respect the rectum as a sexual organ. And anal intercourse deserves the same kind of respect as any other form of sex. However, at this moment in time, unprotected fucking is a royal road towards HIV infection. And it's a balance between that recognition of the risk factors of unprotected fucking.
It's like he's just found out about the word fucking. I think it should come back. And I'm going to elect that I'm the new host. And but I promise not to say anything about rectal fucking. I promise.
In the 80s zeal to embrace all things homosexual, Network 7 boldly went one step further, because if you weren't out already, they were going to drag you out live at Sunday lunchtime.
How would you react if one of your friends was gay?
But one of my really close friends that I was hanging about with, I'd just be very, very shocked.
Would you accept it?
I suppose I'd have to, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Now, Susanna, have you got something to tell Darren and Jason?
Yeah. Darren and Jason, I'm gay.
You're laughing, yeah?
Is it going to affect your relationship with Susanna at all?
Not really, no. I'm just
Jason, what about you? You surprised?
I'm surprised to see a black lesbian. All I know are white ones. I didn't actually think there were actually black lesbians about.
Oh my God! Like you can't be black and lesbian at the same time.
I thought Darren would get really, really mad at me.
But you think he's going to come to terms with it?
I can't look at you.
I think he might not talk to me for a while after.
I mean, the whole notion of televising people coming out to their friends, basically some form of entertainment, is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen in my entire life. Wow, blimey.
I was born in the 80s. What the hell was I born into?
So, should we look back at the 80s with a sense of outrage or a sense of humour?
Now you can see what a kind of decade of transition the 80s were.
Good evening.
Hello. Even if a lot of it at the time felt as if things were just going backwards.
What we find offensive goes with fashion. Everything I've seen has made my jaw drop. But equally, I think people in the 80s, if they suddenly had a clip of, say, Love Island or Big Brother, they would be aghast, just as we are, aghast.
While I wouldn't have missed it for the world, once was enough.
But we're not finished there. Next time, the brave new world of TV in the 1960s, where anything could happen.
He's actually unconscious. That's awful.
So that was real. I've never seen it.
The doctor's not been caught. He's somewhere in Scotland, but can he skip under the radar for much longer when tracking and surveillance is so encompassing? Hunted, Thursday at 9 on 4. And here our nostalgia shifts forward a decade, the 10 years that changed the world. Or so they say. Next.